Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, the Colonies Does Stuff channel, no longer the Replays channel. I was about to say welcome back to the Replays YouTube channel, that's not right. Today we are back with a non-gameplay video, a review basically, opinion-based review type video. And today it is Zack Snyder's Justice League. I've watched it now I can't say in full, can I? Because I've watched the entire movie, so I've watched the movie in full, in that kind of way. But I watched it in two sets. So I watched the first 2 hours last night when I'm recording, and the first 2 hours 20 minutes ago. Finished the second 2 hours. So I'm going to go into that in this video. You'll get what I feel the movie is, how I think the movie, like, is it good, is it bad, is it what it should have been, and then we'll probably head into what I think is interesting about it, so that's probably more spoiler stuff. But to get into what I thought about it, I quite liked it. Like, if I think it's probably better than the original one. I think having it as you guys can see on this, if I don't have any images or stuff around it, or if it is just my face cam here, this aspect ratio of the way my face cam is fuzzy. I might modify some stuff. With that, I think the aspect ratio helped it. I actually quite liked it. There were some stages where I'm like, oh, I feel like it's not good. Some stages I was like, oh, okay, this actually is quite good. Like this isn't spoiled because it was an original one. The Lois Lane and Clark Kent in the field, that one when like getting towards, I think was really good, and having those two connect on a shorter but longer screen, it kind of works better for that scenario. I think I wouldn't mind, like, it's weird, you can't change the aspects in the middle of it because that's when it's just not going to look well. So I understand they keep me with the one aspect. I felt like I did take some notes while doing it, just because I'm like, oh, I might not remember this because it was late last night. It's like the bottom stuff. Yeah, I mean so it was separated into parts, which I think was probably the right move. I think it was decently easier to understand. Oh, I could probably bridge off now, like pause it and go, oh, I can come back and stuff like that. But sometimes they were at a point where I think having the parts kind of hooks you in more, because you watch like part 2. I've just picked a random part, and it stops, and you're like, ooh, part 3? Okay, I'll continue going. Like, it's nice having it as, like, book chapters, because, like, if you're reading a book, you might be, if you end the chapter and you see, like, the title of the next one, you might go, oh, okay, I'm going to continue reading. And it's kind of what they did with that, in which you see the parts, you see the title, and you're like, okay, what are they going to do with this? And you could just continue going through it. I did feel like my expectation of this was is going to be a good movie and is probably going to have it all wrapped up at the end and be just one and done, basically. I don't think it is. I think so you have, like, I think it was 9 or 10 parts, and then you have, like, an epilogue. The epilogue is where I'm like, oh, I don't know. But the actual 9 parts, is basically the original Justice League movie there's like more dark side in it. I felt like Cyborg and Flash were the, like, 2 main heroes in it. I feel like those two were the 2 that it was kind of built around. Batman had some parts, but I feel like they took some parts out for him. Same with Wonder Woman. Aquaman, I don't know. I think it's weird. I don't think Aquaman they probably had the same amount of parts, Aquaman both. but Aquaman just didn't feel like he needed to be there that much. As bad as that sounds, it just didn't feel like he had the biggest of roles. Superman was, yeah, basically the same thing. Different suit, the color of the suit. I think the color of the suit does actually help it. But it's also, I think I prefer the black suit in this than the like red and blue shit they had in the first one, or the original. Can't say first one because this isn't a sequel. But yeah, try and keep this as much like spoiler free as possible, which is kind of hard. I feel like it was a okay. Let me do a rating kind of thing, and then I'll head into what the epilogue, because I think epilogue I kind of have to go kind of spoiler decently heavy into it. But I really liked it. The 4 hours is a weird. I don't like the 4 hour limit on it, like the timing on it. Like I think it was 3:52 on binge, but that's still 8 minutes short of 4 hours, and it's like, although I'm a wrestling fan, so I've like sat through like 6 hour shows of wrestling. You don't want to do that. You don't want to sit down and watch through more than probably 3 hours or something. Like a 4 hour movie where it's a rehash of a previous movie isn't good, because you got some people sitting through, but some people will probably watch like 2.5 hours and go, oh, I'll get back to this later, and just not. So time limit I wasn't a big fan of. It kind of felt like it did need it, because it felt more fleshed out. Weirdly, like, it might just be because I haven't watched the Justice League movie in like a year or something. Like, I watched it when it came out, that was it. But it feels like it's more fleshed out. It feels like it was given more time, which is fair. It's 4 hours instead of like 3. I would say if you haven't watched it, to go watch it. I think it is worth watching it because it's interesting, especially the epilogue. I think the epilogue, if you don't want to watch the entire movie, watch the epilogue part. I think that is, you probably do have to watch some parts of the movie, some parts of like the basic one, like the original one. But I think the epilogue is very interesting, and I think that's where a lot of people are going to look into, because it was actually an interesting thing to have at the end of it. But if you look at the basic parts of it, I think it was really good. I would tell you guys to watch it. I watched it by myself, like sitting here with the screen in front of me that I'm checking that I'm recording well, with it on in 2 parts. I think it's good, and like I can't really say much more. Like if I remembered more of the original one, I could say, oh, it's just a shitty telling of the original, but I can't remember like anything in the original. I feel like I should do like a star system or something, because I wouldn't mind doing some more of these. So I'm going to probably go. We'll do like a 4 out of 5. We'll do an hour 5 system for now, and we'll maybe bump that up or something if I do a lot. So we'll say 4 out of 5 for Zack Snyder's Justice League. I really enjoyed it. The timeline was annoying, but the actual story and the time actually really helped, in all fairness. It felt very fleshed out. So I'll give him props for that. Probably near the time limit. But yeah, this has been, I think it's been about 9 minutes. Is there anything else you guys want me to give my opinions on, either movies or TV shows? I'll probably be doing Falcon and Winter Soldier in the future, when I feel like that's coming out. I feel like I'm posting this and it's coming out today. But oh well. Hit the like button, subscribe. We are trying to catch up with Bilal. He has gone above us again. He is 2 subs above us. He's sitting at 40 subs. I would really like to get up to 41, so I'm above him. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.